Alright, everybody, good morning. This is going to be another tour of my collection, and we're going to do the music notebook. Got a lot of music to go, so let me hop right into it. First, I got Skid Row, Dave Sabo, Sebastian Bach, and Scotty Hill. Then I got Bobby Brown, which you saw that came out recently, Patti LaBelle, Bruce Hornsby, and the Gatlin Brothers. This country collection I started when I was younger. The first time I had autographs, I did some of these. Hank Williams Jr., I got him, sign all his. And then I rebought the collection later. Susie Bogus, Sweethearts of the Rodeo, Olivia Newton-John. I rebought the collection later and did all of them. So some of these are old, like Roy Clark. Right there, I got when I first collected them, and others I got when I collected them again, like Chet Atkins I got when I originally sent it, because they are both deceased now. I think Chet's deceased. And then on the back here, got Lee Greenwood and Merle Haggard signed on the back. So in between the two mailings, I tried to get them all, but of course, some people don't sign through the mail. George Jones, he's passed. Here's Christy Lane, George Jones, Bobby Bear, and Ronnie Reeves, Buck Owens, Terry Gibbs, and Neil McCoy, Gene Autry, Mark Colley. Gene Autry looks like a stamp. So, he might have stamped it. Then we've got Ronnie Millsap, Keith Matea, Chris Ledoux, Dan Seals, Mel McDaniel, Eddie Arnold, and John Anderson, Donna Fargo, and Mo Bandy. Mo signed on the back. And his was kind of fading. It looked like he used the ballpoint on his, but it's Jeannie C. Riley, Jenny Fricky, Freddie Hart, Patty Page, Brooks and Dunn, Colin Ray, Leroy Van Dyke, Clint Black, and Lacey J. Dalton signed in the back. So he really did do a lot of these. Buddy Allen Combs, Country Music Hall fan, that was signed by Bar Mandrell. Or no. That was signed by I'm sorry, I can't remember his name now. Picture him, but I can't remember his name. It'll come to me. He was a host, country artist, great songwriter. Gatlin Brothers, Marie Osmond, Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Gary Morris, Juice Newton, and the Statler Brothers. Denise Alexander signed on the back. Bill Anderson. Told you it'd come to me. This wasn't signed. This was a hologram. Was signed by Barb Mantrell. Davis Daniels, Johnny Lee, Shelby Lynn, and Alan Jackson. So that got quite a few of that set. American Bandstand tried the same thing. I bought the set. This was a more current one. I bought it and tried to get them all signed, but no luck, of course. Brian Hyland, B.J. Thomas, Linda Arms, Little Anthony, Bobby Goldsboro, Clarence Frogman Henry. He gave me a bunch of stuff. You'll see more of his stuff later. Trinity Lopez, Gloria Gaynor, Chubby Checker, and Freddie Cannon. Should be even Twist. My recommend is Twist. Shaka Khan, D.D. Sharp, Shine on Back, I'll show you in a minute. Juice Newton had a rock song in there. Connie Francis, Bobby Vinton in the back also. Johnny Tilton, Ray Stevens, Streak, Bobby Rydell, and Johnny Rivers. And there on the back, there's Bobby Vinton, and also D.D. Sharp. And last but not least, Maureen Montgomery, Steppenwolf, and Neil Sedaka. Here is a Mega Bell set. I didn't get a lot of these, but I got Dave Sabo again. Billy Squire, he signed right there. Another Billy Squire. Robbie Petrino, this was one of the first ones I did searching for the dress. I was kind of proud of myself. Here's another one, her Roxy Patrici. Another one. And who's that? Nico McLean. So you have to admit that most of those people, I bought the set because I knew a few, and I sent out to others. So those of you that get mad about people sending out who they don't know, it's because I had the set of cards. Randy Travis, this is pre-stroke, I believe. Debbie Gibson, Huey Lewis, and Mickey Gilley. Roy Clark, Bobby Vinton, Tanya Tucker, Roy Rogers. Early on in my career, my bus driving career, I used to go to Branson all the time. You see all these guys all the time. Vance Domino, John Davison, Kitty Wells, and Ray Stevens. They would be around Branson often, like Walmart, out having a bunch to eat. Miltels used to have a bar he used to hang out at. Perry Como, Barbara Streisand, back in the early days. There are some dots in that one, so I'm thinking that's an auto pen. Wayne Newton, Gene Buffett. But I never thought of getting him in person. I just always left him alone. Maybe talk to him, that'd be it. George Jones, Carl Perkins, Crystal Gale, and Lee Greenwood. So, never got him. Faith Hill, her husband, Tim McGraw, stars of 1886. We just watched that. Tracy Lawrence, Amy Grant. 1886 is a sequel to Yellowstone, or prequel, or whatever you want to call it. But excellent movie. Show. Excellent show. Mark Chestnut, G.C. Riley, John Mellencamp, and Charlie Pride from his fan club. He signed that, and then on the back you see you send in for you get a free autograph photo each year, plus other exciting goodies when you join the Charlie Pride fan club. Moving right along here. Who's it? Deborah Harry, Jesse Mick Reynolds, Susie Bogus, and Kenny Rogers, late Kenny Rogers. Buddy Booker, not confused with Buddy Baker. Earl Scruggs, Flat and Scruggs, Beverly Hillbillies theme. Michael Martin Murphy, one of my favorites. And Martina McBride, now one of my favorites. Here is Richard Sherman, Walt Disney fame, Gail Davies, and Claude Gray. This one I didn't decide which one I wanted, so I put them both in. These are Pat Boone, an older and a newer, and Bruce Hornsby, The Range. Martha Reeves by herself, and Bill Anderson. There we go, Bill Anderson. And here's Randy Travis post-stroke. I can speak from experience. Stroke will mess up your handwriting. What is it we got here? Chevy Checker. That came with my American Bandstand card. And Hank Williams Jr. This Elizabeth Wells, I'll show you in a minute. Kelly Clarkson, Chris Christopherson. There's Elizabeth Wells. This one I did, this is Ginger Alden, his girlfriend of Elvis, when he died. I did an embarrassing one. I sent one of Elvis and Priscilla and daughter with Lisa Marie. I don't know why I did that. I should have known better. I think I was up late night picking pictures and I just didn't pay attention. Gail Davies and her son Chris Scruggs. Reba McEntire. Yeah, so that was a little embarrassing. Got back, said, "This is not me, this is Priscilla." Oops. Amy Grant and Vince Gill sent them together and individual pictures. Got them all signed. I sent like 2 or 3 of Vince, 2 or 3 of Amy, and 1 joint. I think I sent them 2 each, and then a joint one. And they signed. They both signed it once, I should say. Christy Lane, Kate Pearson, B-52s, and Tommy DeVito. He's passed away. Sent him some Four Seasons pictures. He did not sign those, but he did sign this one. Cale Ward, you'll see him again. He's the voice of Mikey or something. I forgot those of you know Disney World, the Epcot Center, the big animatronic that's on the stage, like a DJ, musician. He's the voice of him. It's Cale David. And then 2 of Tommy Thayer, 1 with makeup, 1 without, from Kiss. Here's one I think, a couple I think you've all seen. Carole King, Linda Davis, and Gail Dewey. Oh, Hippopotamus for Christmas. These are ones that came recently. So, there's Johnny Brennan. And the postcard from Al Jardine. Here's older ones. Tia Carrere and Rita Coolidge. Anne Murray and Steve Hackett. There's Arrows, Alan Wills. Here is Aaron Michelle Soto, free internet one. Hannah Bethel, and what do we got down here? Jeannie Vincent. Some music people I don't know that well, but I got them. Here's Alan Merrill, and Sarah McLachlan. And then we've got Jim Schwartz. Still waking up. I'm whipping the sleep out of my eyes here. Alright, we're almost done. We're getting to the big stuff now. Here is a Clarence Frogman. You saw him earlier in the little card. Here's a Trini Lopez. They both sent. Those were extra. Here is another extra. Clarence Frogman. And that B.J. Thomas. B.J. Thomas was an email request. Here's one from Europe. Tommy Johansson, Chris Borland, Joseph Broden, Par Sundstrom, and Hans Van Daniel, otherwise known as Sebastian. German heavy metal group I got from email. Here's Elvis, singer. Another Facebook request, I think that was. A lot of musicians do a Facebook. Here's John Sebastian. And okay. I didn't identify those two, so I will have to go back and research that one. Well, that's not good. Here is... Oh, man, who is this? Sign 91 is one of the early ones I got. He's on tip of my tongue, I know. Oh, yes, Paul Anka. 1991. And Haley Ray. There's that B-52s you saw. I retired it because I cannot find any of the other members' addresses. And so, not going to take a chance sending it out again. Susie Bogus. Used to love her. She's a good singer. Bill Kruger. Guitarist. Oh, Billy Squire. Duh. I'm like, as I said the name, I'm like, that doesn't sound right. Like, I don't know where I'm getting Billy Kruger from. Oh, well. James Bonamy. Kendra Erica. Killed Jimmy Buffett. Got back in the 90s. Dana Winter. Postcard. This is another one. Tia Curry. I got her shortly after Wayne's World. And said, you know, can you send me a big one? And she did. So I got that one. That was back when the Stars used to use their own envelopes and their own postage. Vicky Carr. Which, you know, don't get me wrong, that wasn't meant as a slam against Stars these days. Because autograph collecting has gone way up. So I'm sure the cost involved is huge. Johnny Cash. Another, whoops. Trying to put these back as I show them to you. And I missed the hole. Alright. Eric Clapton. Eric Clapton, he does C's up there. You can see. Roy Clark Productions. I think I sent that one to Branson. But it's cool. Lisa DeBrat. Another late one. Charlie Daniels. it's kind of scary how many people are deceased in the music world. John Davison, it's a Branson picture. Mike got in that right at the theater. Gloria Estefan. Early on picture. Here's, oops. 2, 3. They're stuck together. Reuse some what you call it, boulders, and they stuck together. This is Crystal Gale from the Muppet Show, from Muppet Movie, I think it is. Yeah, no, Muppet Show. Yeah, her Miss Piggy. So, Debbie Gibson. Merle Haggard, sign up there. Little dark area. There you go. Emily Lou Harris. Hastings and Company. Sorry, reading my watch here. Not for time, but it's smartwatches. I was seeing what came in. This is Heart, I believe. Here's a Southern Halo. Their Facebook one, and this other one is Nancy Wilson from Heart. Oh, I was stuck in there. I guess I stopped on alphabetical order at that point. A Heart. I was looking for H for Heart. Waylon Jennings. I was like, what? Is she there? Billy Joel back in the 90s. Another George Jones, thanks. Another Jones, Tom Jones. Almost done here. What was the long one? Brenda Lee. This is one of the longer collections. This and I think baseball cards are going to split. Well, baseball cards are going to split into two. Patty Loveless. Anyways, it's going to be a 45-minute video. This is King Country. Here's Reba. I am on my last bundle here. Barb Mandrell. This is to Brian. I wish you the best, Barb Mandrell. Her sister, Louise Mandrell. I love Louise Mandrell right through there. Oops. Here's Wayne Newton. Person just removed herself from the Hall of Fame candidate. Dolly Parton. She acknowledged, she said, or she's not rock and roll, so she doesn't want to split the vote. Which I admire her for. Jerry Reeves from Smokey the Bandit. I mean, that's not his whole. He was a great musician and songwriter. That is why he is in this notebook. Dallas Remington. So, but that picture is from Smokey the Bandit. Leo Sayer is an email one. one of the prides of my collection, Frank Sinatra. Got this years and years ago, so I don't know if it's auto pen. So, I like to think it's not. George Strait. I got another George Strait I just sent. I think I just sent out, or I just ordered a picture. A little better picture. Here is Mel Tillis. This one I think I might have gotten. Oh no, it's personalized. I'm not sure if I got that in person or not. Because he signed after a show. I might have gotten that then. Randy Travis, pre-stroke. I have it marked on the back, it says pre-stroke. There's definitely a change of signature. Tanya Tucker. That one I know I got in person. Funny story about Tanya Tucker. I was leaving Branson in a bus. We had my people with. And we had stopped somewhere in the morning, some museum or something. So it was getting near lunchtime, and that time Branson was just 2-lane road in and out. And so this bus got behind me, and it was a tour bus. So I'm talking to the driver on CB and found it's Tanya Tucker's bus. So we got on the main highway, and we're following each other. He said he was heading to, I think, Wisconsin for a show for Tanya. And, of course, I had asked, and said, yeah, she's on board. So I talked to my tour guide. She said, yeah. So I offered him. I said, we're getting ready to go to lunch. And we're going to this place. I forgot what place it was. It was, tour, so it was a nice place. I said, how would Tanya like to join us? And we'll pay for her, and then we'll pay for whoever's in the bus, the crew or the band or whatever. There's about 8 or 10 of them, I think, on the bus or something. And so he checked with Tanya Tucker, and she said, yeah, of course. And so, therefore, my group had lunch with Tanya Tucker. Here's the last one in the notebook, Hank Williams Jr. I'm sure that's one that people talked about for a long time. Because I know I heard about it. Other tour guides, when I did Branson tours, were like, you gonna get us lunch with Tanya Tucker? And I laughed. But it's been music. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm enjoying these tours. Music, I don't have a lot of stories on, so. But, the other notebooks, if you watch the other videos, you hear my stories. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you next video. May your mailboxes be full.